From November the 14th to the 18th, the German Bishops' Conference came to Rome for their Ad Limina visit. And the visit culminated with an audience with Pope Francis, in which the bishops discussed the issues that face the Catholic Church in Germany with the Holy Father. One of the main topics on the agenda of the meeting was the controversial Synodal Way. The members of the Roman Curia admonished their guests from Germany in a fraternal but emphatic manner, warning them not to jeopardize the unity of the universal Church. Bishop Wolfgang Ipolt, who is responsible for the diocese of Görtlitz in eastern Germany, spoke to EWTN during the Ad Limina visit.
Francis has made a few remarks in the past few months on the German Church. As far as his view of Germany is concerned, the decisive thing for me is the letter which he wrote to us in 2019, and which I always like to quote, sometimes in sermons or in conversations with people. I believe that this letter was meant to show us a direction back then when we had decided on the Synodal Way. There were some pegs driven in at that point. But from my point of view, we did not always take his words seriously, and it is good to remember them.
Und es ist gut, an diese Worte sich zu erinnern.
Bishop Betzing conceded that those who see a danger in the German Synodal Way may find that the Vatican agrees with them, and the Vatican confirmed his suspicions, commenting that they took fault, above all, with the method, content, and structure of the Synodal Way. Bishop Ipolt also emphasized that the Pope's concern about losing sight of Christ in the process was not unjustified.
Sometimes we expect too much from changes in the structures of our church, and too little of this spiritual background is clear. This is what the Pope means by putting Christ in view. He also wrote at that time about a pastoral conversion, and conversation can only ever go towards the Lord. It cannot go into any organizational forms. I think we have to remember this and get it into our heads.
Hinter die Ohren schreiben, wie man so sagt, und merken.
Many faithful fear that the Synodal Way will drift into a German schism. Many official documents of the Synodal Way, for example, openly call for a change in the church doctrine and tradition handed down. As an insider, you were involved from the very beginning. What is your impression? Is this concern about a German schism justified?
Man muss den Gläubigen,
I think we have to tell the faithful honestly. We cannot make any magisterial documents in Germany. We can't do that at all. We are a local church. We take on board what people bring into the Synodal Way. But we cannot make any valid changes. We can improve some of the things that we can regulate locally. That's what we're doing. But I very much hope that we have done there in March of next year, the Synodal Way will come to an end. That we will be able to feed some of it into the great synodal process of the world church. I think it is more important that we don't go our own way, but that we integrate ourselves into these large, colorful communities of the worldwide church.
der weltweiten Kirche.
Are you not worried that one day the Pope will say to the initiators of the Synodal Way, okay, now you have overdone it, stop, basta?
Stopp, basta.
Ich glaube das nicht, dass das tun wird.
No, I don't think he would do that. I don't think it would be helpful at the moment either, but he will still name some critical points. He can do that, and that is also his ministry. As shepherd of the universal church, he must challenge the local churches when they pursue something that does not lead to unity, but rather brings about division.
Züge des Auseinanderdriftens an sich trägt.
So you still have hope that the Synodal Way can still somehow be brought within the worldwide synod on synodality?
Und vor allen Dingen die Weltsynode.
Yes, and above all, the World Synod deals. This is a big difference with the question, what is synodality? How does it work? It is something different from a parliament and so on. The Pope wants a new way of being a church. He doesn't want to change the doctrine, but is concerned with the fact that we must be a church in a different style. He has described that perhaps in the last decades, the hierarchical principle has gained the upper hand, and that now the synodal principle must be added, must be revived. That has always existed in the Church.
Dazukommen muss, wieder verlebendigt werden muss. Das hat es ja immer in der Kirche gegeben.
When asked, the president of the German Bishops' Conference explained that neither the bishops in Germany nor the Synodal Way is working towards a schism from the Universal Church. We are Catholic and remain so, Bishop Bitzing said, but we want to be Catholic in a different way. What exactly this means and where the Synodal Way will lead in Germany is something that Pope Francis will certainly be watching closely.